Think about the last thing you ordered online. It probably showed up in a plain brown box, right? We see these things constantly, but we almost never really look at them. Well, today we're going to pull back the flaps and reveal the incredible hidden engineering inside that humble shipping box.
I mean, have you ever stopped to wonder how it's so strong? Is it really just folded paper? How can something so simple protect a delicate glass vase one day and a super heavy kitchen appliance the next? The answer, as you're about to see, is way more clever than you'd think.
Okay, so first things first. What all of us casually call cardboard? Well, it isn't just cardboard. It's actually a very specific engineered material. It's designed with a hidden structure that gives it this amazing strength. The proper name for this stuff is corrugated fiberboard, and it's not one single layer. Think of it like a sandwich. You've got two flat outer pieces, those are the liners, and then this wavy zigzag layer squished in the middle. And that middle layer, that is the secret sauce.
So let's take a closer look at this sandwich. Once you understand these three core parts, you'll see exactly how a simple-looking box can handle so much pressure and survive all those bumps and drops.
First up, we've got the liners. If we're sticking with our sandwich analogy, this is the bread. They're the smooth, flat paper on the very outside and the very inside of the sheet. They give it a nice printable surface and some basic rigidity.
And now for the good stuff, the filling of our sandwich, the flute. Sometimes it's called the medium. Honestly, this is the star of the whole show. That wavy, arched paper is just pure genius. See, those arches create these little pockets of air that act as a cushion, while the structure itself acts like a series of columns, giving the board incredible stacking strength. And here's the brilliant part. If you need more strength, you just keep layering. A standard box is called single wall. That's one flute between two liners. But for heavier stuff, you can get double wall, two flutes, three liners, or even triple wall for some serious industrial-grade protection. It's that simple.
But wait, it gets even more detailed, because the actual size and the shape of those waves, the flutes, they matter too. So let's learn a little bit of the insider lingo that box makers use every day.
Okay, here's the key takeaway. Different flute profiles have totally different jobs. You've got A flute, which is the thickest one, great for stacking and cushioning. Then there's C flute. That's the workhorse you'll find in most of your standard shipping boxes. As you get thinner, down to B and E flute, you get a much smoother surface, which is perfect for printing really high-quality graphics on, say a retail box for a pair of shoes.
And of course, you can take this amazing material and fold it into pretty much any shape you can imagine. From the standard RSC, or regular slotted container, that's your classic box where the top and bottom flaps all meet in the middle, to really intricate custom mailers that fold together perfectly without any tape.
All right, that is enough theory for now. Let's see how all of this stuff actually plays out in the real world. We're going to take a peek at a real manufacturer who is putting these exact principles into practice day in and day out.
So let's meet Boxpool LLP. They're a manufacturer of corrugated boxes based out of Ahmedabad in Gujarat, India. These guys are a perfect real-world example of a company that takes these engineered sheets and turns them into the products we all use. And just so you know, this is no small-time operation. Their annual turnover is between 50 and 250 million Indian rupees. To put that in perspective, that's roughly 6 to 30 million US dollars. It really shows you just how massive the global demand for well-made packaging is. Now, let's actually go to their digital storefront. This is where we can take all that new lingo we just learned and see how it all clicks together. This is the fun part. Check this out. Here's a perfect example right from their site. A double-wall 5-ply carton box. Now, just a few minutes ago, that might have sounded like a bunch of industry jargon. But now we can decode it. We've seen this phrase before, haven't we? So let's connect the dots back to what we learned about the box's anatomy. What does that term really tell us about how this box is built? Exactly. Double wall tells you it has two layers of those wavy flutes, and they're sandwiched between three flat liners. And that's where the 5-ply comes from. 5 layers in total. Just by reading the name, you now know this is a box built for extra strength and durability. See? You get it now. So, does all that engineered strength actually matter to the people buying them? Well, it sure seems like it. The company has a really impressive user rating of 4.2 out of 5, based on dozens of reviews. It just goes to show you that quality like this really gets noticed. And if you look a little closer at the breakdown, wow. You can see that the vast majority of their customers, we're talking over 70%, are giving them a 4 or 5-star rating.
That's some serious customer satisfaction, and it's a huge testament to how much that hidden engineering really matters. So what if you're a business and you need to get a hold of some of these custom-engineered boxes? How do you go from needing a box to actually having one? Well, the process is actually way more straightforward than you might think.
On a manufacturer's site like this, it's usually just a simple 3-step process. First, you use your newfound knowledge to pick the right type of box, like that double wall 5-ply. Then you just describe your dimensions and what you need. And finally, you submit it for a custom quote. It totally demystifies the whole process.
And there you have it. The secret life of the simple box isn't so simple after all. So I'll leave you with a final thought. The next time a package lands on your doorstep, before you rip it open, just take a second. Look at the edge. Can you see the little waves of the flute? Can you tell if it's single or double wall? You now have the power to see the hidden engineering in something you see every single day.